Hi everyone, this is Chris over at Williams & Co Trading. I'm just coming to you this Sunday, the 3rd of March 2019. Just want to give you all a little preview on the markets for this week ahead. I did record a video just around half an hour ago, and unfortunately my microphone was off. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, just for my sanity. So really quickly then, I just want to go over a couple of very important charts. I'm not going to cover everything today, just the key ones that I'm looking at. If we take a look at the US dollar, we've had looks like we've had 5 waves up. If you see this blue wave count on the daily, we are now in a correction, which could be a number of different possibilities. It could be that our correction is completely done down here at 12,100, and now we can just continue higher with another 5 legs. It could be that that was a wave A, and we're now heading into wave B for a flat, and then wave C will come and challenge these lows again before we carry on. And of course the third one would be that we're in a triangle, whether it be something like that or maybe a little bit wider. There's a number of different possibilities, but we're in something corrective for sure. If we take a look on the lower time frame, we've actually seen quite a strong bounce since is it Monday? Wednesday. So we saw a low on early hours Wednesday, and we've rallied. It looks like we've had 5. It could be 3, meaning we could get a small wave 4 and then a wave 5. So it might be something more like this before we get a pullback. But either way, we're going to want to see at least a 50%, possibly a 618. So if we get one more high here before we pull back, or whether we just go straight down, I think it's important that we just watch this area down here. We've had a previous spike low. Regardless of whether we're in something corrective, I think we can expect at least to come and touch. The worst case scenario is that this is a really tight triangle, and we could probably just head up to tag the triangle resistance. So either way, I think we've got some upside to come. So we need to wait on a little pullback, and then maybe we can look to buy some dollar positions. Take a look at euro, for example. Just change this time frame on the left back to the 4-hour. The euro, we're predicting a triangle. We could be seeing a triangle. Could be something tighter like this. I'm not really a fan of that, but we haven't actually set. We haven't actually got a second high to put a trend line on, so it's difficult to gauge if this is a triangle where it's actually going to go to. In my opinion, well, what I've done here is I've thrown a Fibonacci in. In my opinion, we should test the 618 at least. We're currently at the 50, and it looks like we're halfway through a correction. Okay, we've had a W, then we have an X, then a Y. This is a complex correction. It's a double zigzag. So our usual zigzag will be an ABC, just against the trend. A double zigzag is an ABC with an X in the middle, and then another ABC. Okay, so we could have it from here. It could come a little lower, and then go from there, possibly. So this kind of lines up that if the dollar pulls back a little bit, maybe early this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, late on in the week, we're probably going to then see that dollar strength creep in, and we can maybe look at short euro positions. That'd be interesting, just to see how this develops, because we've had this really strong move down. You see this line here, really steep, and then this is just not as aggressive as the downtrend. So this is something I want to look at, and I'll be watching really 1440 all the way up to 15. I'll be watching this whole area up here just to see if we can get a decent reaction. The pound could be a similar story if this decides to form something ugly, but there's not actually any evidence of that yet. For me, so far, I would say that this is an ABC correction complete. As you can see, A, B, C. I think it's actually a flat if we zoom out a little bit. So you can see this is a flat correction. Completes wave 2. We've had our first overlap at 32.15. We now want the second overlap, which is here at 30.90. And that just confirms that we're bearish then, and we can look for dollar long positions. Maybe you can short the pound against the dollar. That could be a decent play. Just a couple of things I want to quickly look at. Dollar Canadian, we had an alternate count of a triangle. The primary count was that we had a flat correction for a wave 2, as you can see, A, B, C. I'll just throw them in. So that would have been A, B at new lows, and then wave C. But it's looking more like a triangle. Well, it's looking less bearish, let's just put it that way, because we've had a very strong move up. We're now retesting this trend line, and it looks like if it is a triangle, we've had 5 legs. A triangle will have 5 legs labelled A to E. This is currently wave E. We're at resistance. I think even if we do break out of the triangle, we have to bear in mind that you know, from the lows, if we had 3 waves up from the lows, so let's say this was the first one up, this was the second leg, and this was the third, we've got resistance up here at 33.60. Sorry, 33.80. We've got a 38% fib at 33.60. So this entire area, as well as a previous high here for wave A, so this entire area is offering a lot of resistance. So one thing I would look at is crude oil, because obviously if crude oil looks like it can rally, then there's potential that we could probably short the dollar Canadian. On a once we get up here into the high 33s, we could maybe look for a short. So based on what crude's doing, if we just delete that for a second, I'll grab it back, but get rid of it. Yeah, crude looks like we're going to post one more low, which means dollar CAD will post one more high, and then it's going to turn. So crude could be could see a lot of support here around 55, 54.70, and dollar Canadian could potentially turn there. We have to wait on confirmations, of course. I had this drawn out here from the previous video I did without sound. Bear with me 1 second, because it looks like this is about to switch off. Sorry, 1 sec. So that's what I'll be looking for in crude. As you can see, I've just drawn in what would essentially confirm a bullish view. So for me, that would be this blue count here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we want to pull back to maybe a 50 or a 618, and then we'll continue higher. So that's what I'd be looking for in crude. I wouldn't just willy-nilly buy it at 55. We've come an awful long way since we were down at 42, and I have the understanding that sentiment is really high at the moment in crude as well, so it very well could be that this is just going to turn bearish. So I'd be very cautious and just wait for that confirmation before you start throwing any money anywhere. And just the last 2 things I want to look at are the trade alerts that we've got open. So we've got the SPX, S&P 500. We're losing momentum still. Could be heading to another high just to retest this trend line here, which is at 28.15. So we could come and tag that and then head lower, but I'm still bearish. This thing just needs to turn. It's a little bit overcooked now, and we want to get back to around 26.25 if we can get there. So still hanging on to that one. And gold is really interesting. I wasn't really around on Friday, but really pleased to see what's happened. I only saw this today. But so far it looks like if you check out this blue wave count, we could be in wave 3. I think what I've done is I've drawn a trend line here, created a channel. Sometimes when wave 3 breaks out, it'll retest it on wave 4 and keep heading lower, and then the correction might come back inside the channel at a later date. We're at a 1618 extension, so that is wave 1 measured from the end of wave 2, and it's 161% of that first wave. Very common for a wave 3 to get to this extension before we get a small correction. Could also be an extended wave C, so I would be careful, as we're testing a trend line here on the 4 hour. I mean, in a perfect world, we just crack this and we just keep heading lower. That would just be ideal. But be prepared for there to be some kind of bounce. Hopefully just a small one while people take some profits and then reload. But we can actually move our stops now. We've got them near these highs. We can pull them at least to this blue wave 1, which is at 1320. If you want to be more aggressive, you can probably bring it to 1317. Just this low here, if you wanted to. And I think if we crack this channel and we head back inside, we're probably going to want to start looking to book some profits on this. Just because I think we've made some nice money on this. I'm not sure what our risk reward is currently sat at. Might be somewhere around 2 to 1. I'm not 100% on that. But that's great. Yeah, happy with that. So we want to just watch this channel, because we've got a lot of reasons here. Our bulls have got a lot of reasons to get in. If we crumble below this, you can kiss it goodbye. We're going to be going to 1250 at least. So that's it. That's all I'm looking at. There's not anything else that I'm really watching. So I'll see you all in the chat room. And if you do make any trades, trade safe. And good luck this week. And I'll speak to you all later. Alright. Cheers. Goodbye.